Three Rivers as the Lady Bulldogs getting set to host their rival. Just 20 minutes up the road, they're taking on the Cowgirls of McCollum County. They're set for some volleyball. This one highly anticipated. Of course, their last time these two teams matched up, it went all the way to 5 sets. The Lady Cowgirls prevailing in the 5th set in what was a thriller. So, big-time rivalry game. A homecoming week also here on campus at Three Rivers High School. This is game 1 of our doubleheader here at Three Rivers High School as we have Bloomington visiting Bulldog Nation at 7:30 tonight. The crew and myself are going to quickly pack up and head right behind the way, stick here on campus and check out the football game. But nonetheless, we are set for some volleyball. We are underway from Three Rivers as Tabor Garcia got that one underway, serving it up for the Cowgirls. Back they come in their blue uniforms. Cowgirls written on the front with the numbers, black and blue sleeves for the visiting team. The libero, she's in the white. First points of the afternoon are going to go to McCollum. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Again, game 1 of our doubleheader here on Real Sports Live. Second points of the night went to McCollum. It's 2-0 right out of the gate. And a good save from Lamprick. Play at the net and a strong kill. And it's going to be 3-0 Cowgirls right out of the gate here in the opening set. Check, 1-2. Ball over the net. That one sails out of bounds, and Three Rivers gets on the board. For the first time this afternoon, it's 3-1. Busy week here on campus at Three Rivers High School. Shannon Gabbert, she had a big week last week. She's up with the jump serve, just sneaks that one over the net, past the outstretched arms of Chloe Taylor, and it's 3-2. Up in the front row for Three Rivers, Maya Brogdon up on the left side. Number 6, Sarah Mia Stewart. That one doesn't make it over the net. Coach Leanne Barker having a chat with her server. She's going to check out of the ball game. And Maylee Martinez comes into the game, serving as the new libero. 3-2 is the score. And unable to get that one over the net as Lamprick. In the back row for the home team, Three Rivers, Gabby Hidalgo on the left side, and over on the right side as this serve is coming in from McCollum, it's Alexis Ortiz. Jeremiah Stewart over on the right side. Also in the game is Kristen Soteo. Play at the net. That one's going to be out. Coach Barker likes that one. We're all knotted up at 3. 3-3 here in the opening set on Real Sports Live. This game originally slated to start at 4 o'clock, pushed back to 4:30, and we were about maybe 10 minutes behind schedule as both teams were warming up. Easy play at the net for Hidalgo, and that's an easy kill. Three Rivers quickly rebounds, and it's a 4-3 lead. Back to serve this one up is Sarah Mia Stewart, the freshman, outside hitter. This time she doesn't go with the jump serve, just sticks with the traditional serve. Play at the net. For the Cowgirls, that play, okay, so the score has it, gonna have to check the score. Correction on the scoreboard, McCollum leads 6-4. A little late there on the scoreboard, apologies, it's 6-4. Cowgirls with the lead, that one just getting over the net. Back comes a big play at the net, and that one's gonna go in favor of the Cowgirls. So far, so good if you are a Cowgirl fan, and The ball is just rolling their way. They have the momentum and the lead early. That ball is going to stay in, and that's going to be a point for the Cowgirls. Count it 8-4. Make that 9-4, and a name slipped on the roster that I had to write down. That's number 9, Mackenzie Schreier. I had to write down these rosters quickly before game time. The Cowgirl coaching staff did not have an extra roster on hand, so the next best thing is you got to snap a photo and quickly write down the names, and I got that maybe about 10 minutes before the game and had to write down the names and accidentally left Mackenzie's name off my list, but I wrote that in there. Serving this one up is Lamprick. 9-5 to score here in the first set. A little bit of a lackadaisy first start for Three Rivers, but Hidalgo is going to get that one to fall. It's 9-6. But nonetheless, a good start for McCollum, a team that's just 20 minutes up the road, and they're in Class 1A. Coach Barker mentioned that this game is indeed a rivalry game. Finding a soft spot in the defense there from the Cowgirls. It's 10-6. Good play made on the offensive side. It's a rivalry game. Now, the game doesn't go against their district records, but it's just simply bragging rights. Nothing wrong with that, especially on homecoming week. If you are a Lady Bulldog, you get the win on Tuesday against Falls City. You win that one in 4 sets as Sotelo sends that one over the net. Coming for the kill and a good dig by Martinez. Sotelo with the bump back over to the back row. Ortiz setting it up, finding the soft spot and the defense. It's Charity Harris. It's the 11-6 Cowgirls. The last time these two teams met up, it wound up in 5 sets, and it was a thriller, and Hidalgo answering with the kill. Checking out the instant replay there, 11-7. Here in the game, Martinez with the serve over to the back row. One libero is Martinez, and an easy bump over, and all of a sudden, Three Rivers finding a rhythm. It's 11-8. The Cowgirls, though, they won the first 2 sets. Then Three Rivers battled all the way back to force a 5th set and lost 16-14 in 5 sets. So far, this game looking like it could be headed towards some high drama late. Right now, it's a 2-point lead for the road team. Good block at the net. Front row doing a good job, and Hidalgo showing up big, and that ball is going to sail out of bounds. Hidalgo with a couple of big plays, momentum back on the home side. We'll catch the instant replay on the other side of the break.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. After our first timeout, Martinez serving this one up. Gets it over. It's a healthy serve. Back comes the Cowgirls and a good kill. Chloe Taylor. We've said her name a couple of times here this afternoon. Coming down with an aggressive kill there, gives the 2-point lead back to the Cowgirls, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. I tell you what, that's one thing that's for sure this afternoon. As Taylor comes down with the kill. Back come the Cowgirls. Taylor digging that one up. Martinez, they have a shot here. Hidalgo. Sotelo just bumping that one back over, and back come the Cowgirls. That was Tabor Garcia. That point's going to go in favor of the road team, and you can tell that this game's got a rivalry written all over it, and definitely both these teams are going at it. Taylor with the serve, setting it up for Hidalgo with a big swat at the ball, but the Cowgirl defense was there to defend it. Hidalgo digs that one out. Back up to Lamprick. Sotelo leaped for it, and she just mistimed that volleyball. Almost a good play at the net. Good effort. Just missed the timing on it by about a second or two. Be sure to follow us on our social media sites at Real Sports Live on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And Hidalgo is going to want that one back, and Coach Barker is going to quickly talk with her star hitter. Corpus Christi Moody at Corpus Christi Vets. That game underway. Rockport Fulton taking on Corpus Christi Miller. Lamprick setting it up for Sotelo. Gets that one over. It's a 5-point Cowgirl lead. Swinging it to the left side. Sotelo digs it out. Back comes Lamprick. Sotelo bumping it over. Back come the Cowgirls. Back and forth. And a good kill offensively. And back comes Chloe Taylor. She has had herself an opening set. It's a 6-point lead, biggest lead of the afternoon so far for the Cowgirls. Let us know where you're tuning in from. A couple of fans tuning in as we approach the 5 o'clock hour, and Sotelo struggling to get that ball over the net. It's 17-10, 7-point lead for the Cowgirls, their biggest lead of the afternoon. Sarah Barker says, let's go Lady Bulldogs. Go Cowgirls. Miss Patty tuning in. Martinez digging that one out. Back comes Three Rivers, and very uncharacteristic for this Three Rivers team to be struggling when it comes to the point of attack. Coach Barker's going to want to call a timeout. On the other side of the break, it's an 8-point lead. You're watching Real Sports Live.
And empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. 8-point lead for the Cowgirls. That one's going to sail out of bounds. That's going to be a much-needed point for Three Rivers, and Coach Leanne Barker having a chat with her team and trying to rally her troops. It's almost as if it's a little bit of deja vu for the Lady Bulldogs, falling behind against their rival. But do not count this team out, as they wound up rallying to win the next 2 sets. But nonetheless, crisp and clean has been the Cowgirls so far. Chloe Taylor definitely having a big game so far, and Three Rivers is going to get back on the board. Shannon Gabbert cuts into the lead, 19-12. Coming back into the game is Sotelo. Checking out is Harley Romo, the junior setter. Sotelo now back to serve this one up. A good crowd on hand on both sides. Back coming on the offensive end was Emily Robles, and finding a nice spot there in the defense to get a kill, and it's a 19-13 game. Three Rivers with a quick 3 points right out of the gate after that timeout from Coach Barker, and Sotelo just gets that one over the net. That one was dug out by Taylor. Hitting that one back over was Robles. Sneed in the front row. That one caroms off of her. Back comes McCollum, and that one goes to Three Rivers, and it's a quick 4-0 run. Robles thought that one may have wound up in bounds, but it just snuck over on the backside of the court, and now Sotelo with a big serve here. A quick 4-0 run from Three Rivers. That one over on the far side, and trying to sneak that one over the net was Sneed. And just like that, Three Rivers is back in this ball game. Timeout taken by Coach Darcy Stockton and the Cowgirls. 19-15 on the other side of the break. You're watching Real Sports Live.
52.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. 19-15 the lead. Sotelo's serve is going to sail out of bounds. It's going to be a 20-15 lead, Cowgirls. McCollum, a Class 1A school. They don't have football. They're particularly known for their basketball, and their volleyball program has been on the upswing and still keeping this rivalry game with Three Rivers. Romo coming back into the game. She sends that one over the net, setting up the offense. And here comes Hidalgo trying to save that one, and Romo swings that one back over the net. And leaping, looking for the kill, and a good dig by Martinez. Back and forth we go. Neither team not letting the ball find the court. Some pretty good volleyball right here. Not exactly sure what the call was on that one, but McCollum will gladly take the point. It's 21-15. Martinez unable to dig that one out. It's 22-15. Cowgirls now on the brink of taking this first set. Martinez digging that one out. Lamprick got that one over. Back come the Cowgirls. Just simply bumping that one over with Sneed. Points in a go to Three Rivers, 22-16, and again, some substitutions. Maya Brogdon coming into the ball game. Keeping in mind that this is game one of our doubleheader for myself and a majority of the fans here in the stands, as we're going to hopscotch over to the football field as the Bulldogs host Bloomington at 7:30. That game, myself and Jake Howe will make our way over to the press box. That one looked as if it may have been out. Gabbert made a diving attempt. Girls, and that one kind of a little bit of a judgment call. Nonetheless, a good effort from Gabbert. Not sure if that ball was going to stay in or out. Alexis Ortiz over on the far side. She's going to serve this one up. Barker calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Music lovers, you have to stop.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. 23-16. Cowgirls flirting with winning this opening set after the timeout from Three Rivers. Looking to put together a late rally here in this first set. Back come the Cowgirls on offense. Chloe Taylor, it's got to be her first mistake she's made all afternoon. She tried looking for the kill, and we saw where she was going. She found the weak spot in the defense. Just couldn't get the ball over the net. Nonetheless, a good effort and a good idea. The play was there. Romo serving this one up. Hidalgo with the right hand. Gets the friendly roll, and that's a point for Three Rivers. And it's a 23-18 lead. Cowgirls with the lead, and fans continuing to funnel in and out. And a lot going on here at Three Rivers High School as on campus the students have been back. The students came back last week, and certainly there's a sense of normalcy seeing the garters and the mums around campus. As when we pulled up about an hour and a half ago, we saw all the student cars. They were all decorated, and you get that homecoming feeling, and it's good to see those things again, most definitely. And I'm sure the kids and the athletes are excited. And all of a sudden, I tell you what, Coach Barker must be a volleyball whisperer of sorts, because every time she calls a timeout, her team responds. It's now a 3-point lead for the Cowgirls, and now they're on their heels trying to hold off a late rally, and that's going to be an easy point, and that one's going to hurt. Sarah Mia Stewart just fumbled that serve, and she's going to get a fist bump from Coach Barker, and substitution in. Martinez is now in the game. Game point for McCollum, trying to take the first set. Hidalgo trying to change that. Getting that one over the net was Garcia. Back comes Three Rivers on the other end. Cowgirls looking to seal the deal here, looking for the game-winning spike and a monstrous block at the net. Let's check out that replay. That was some block, I tell you. Hidalgo set herself up perfectly. Big play there from Three Rivers. Back to a 3-point score. Lamprick setting it back up. Hidalgo with a simple bump, and she just misplayed that one. That's going to be a final. 25-21. First set goes to the Cowgirls. On the other side of the break, you're watching Rio Sports Live.
And Records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas. And more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Bubba's 33 and Corpus Christi is a proud sponsor for all teams on Rio Sports Live. If you can't make it to the game, then watch it on the big screen at Bubba's 33 in Corpus. Great food, great atmosphere before, during, or after the game. Stop in at Bubba's 33 in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Start of the second set, 25-21. In case you're just tuning in, that was the score for the first set. Cowgirls hanging on. They got off to a pretty good start, and Three Rivers was able to put together a rally on the back end of that opening set, and the official up top originally signaled that the point was going to go to Three Rivers, but he was corrected. McCollum with the first points of the second set. Shannon Gabbert, her serve went over and out of bounds. Sarah Mia Stewart, the freshman, back to serve it up and gets it over with the right hand. Back come the Cowgirls on the other end. That one's out. Tabor Garcia sent that one sailing over the back line and out of bounds. Stewart back again to serve. 2-1 the score. Three Rivers with the lead here early in the second set. Swinging it over and play at the net. And a good 1-2 punch there with Brogdon and Hidalgo, and it's a 3-1 Three Rivers lead. And this is the kind of lead you want if you are Three Rivers. It looks like my crowd mic, the battery, may have run out. Gonna try and turn it back on, see if we can pick up a crowd mic again. There we go, got the crowd mic back and going. 4-1 the score. For some reason my mic went off on the cordless mic, and it's a 5-1 Three River lead. We're able to break out our crowd mic. Coach Barker firing up her troops over on the bench. Stewart ready to serve it up. Dug out by the libero. And that's Serrata. And a good play, and that one just falls in between Martinez and both Stewart. Almost had a play on that one. 5-2 the score. Back comes McCollum on offense. Ortiz serving it up. Lamprecht picked that one away. Good communication there from Three Rivers. Starting to attack that back row. Sarah Mia Stewart just misjudged that one, and right away Coach Barker showing her how to defend that play, and it's now 6-3. 6-3 in the second set. Lamprick serving it up, and a block at the net. Hidalgo. A much needed point there for Three Rivers. It's 7-3. Brooklyn Lamprick, she was our player of the game on Tuesday in that win in 4 sets over Falls City. She had one of her better performances coming from the serve side of things. Lamprick setting up for Hidalgo, and they're going to give a point to McCollum. Tomorrow, our travels don't stop just yet. It's been a busy week. Games on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tomorrow, Jake and I will be back in the Valley as Brownsville St. Joe, they kick off their district play. That ball is selling out. The fans thought that that one was out. The officials are going to say that it's going to be a point for the Cowgirls. Three Rivers thought otherwise. We will be at Brownsville St. Joe tomorrow with their first game starting at 3. Hidalgo with a big kill. Eight 5's the score. Martinez doesn't get that one over the net, and that's going to be an easy point for McCollum, and it's an 8-6 Three Rivers lead. Now ball flipped to the other side, and getting ready to serve this one up is Kaylee Measles, and it's an 8-6 Three Rivers lead. That one's served up. Hidalgo with the ball. Lamprick simply bumps that one over. So Soteo playing that one well. Three Rivers maintaining that 3-point lead. Hidalgo serving this one up over on the back row, and that ball is going to be out of bounds. Trying to bring back in this crowd mic, and keeps turning off on me. I think I'm going to have to switch out the batteries. That's going to be the case. So in between sets, I'm going to have to swap out the batteries here. That one sails out of bounds, and all of a sudden, it is just a 1-point lead. 9-8's the score. Good play there from Three Rivers, back to a 2-point lead. Be sure to follow us on our social media sites at Real Sports Live on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. McCollum cutting back into this game. Checking out our Facebook, what's going on Real Sports Live. Flower Bluff taking on Corpus Christi Ray. Some volleyball action going on there. Ingleside taking on Corpus Christi Miller. Woodsboro at home, they're in action. That's just down the road. 1-point lead. Moody at Corpus Christi Veterans. We'll go ahead and run through our football slate here in just a little bit. Cowgirls looking to tie this thing up. That one into the back row. And we're tied at 10. That point's going to go to the Cowgirls. Flower Bluff, Corpus Christi Ray, Ingleside Miller. Those games we just ran down. Couple of McCollum fans tuning in. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast on Real Sports Live. Lamprick trying to find that sweet spot in the defense, and a play at the net. Cowgirls had an opportunity to save that one. Emery Robles. It's kind of a last-second decision there. Some substitutions made in for Three Rivers. Shannon Gabbert, senior, getting set to serve this one up. Jump serve, and that one ran straight into the net. We're back tied at 11, and now Martinez, the libero, comes back into the game. And Martinez unable to dig that one out. Nonetheless, a good effort, but now the big storyline here is that the Cowgirls have battled all the way back, and they now take a 1-point lead. Serena Sainz checking into the game. She's in the front row. Hidalgo getting that one up. Lamprick keeping the play alive. Back come the Cowgirls. That one's going to go towards McCollum, and a good effort from Brooklyn Lamprick. Had the right idea, just couldn't get that ball over the net. Now Ortiz back on the other end, getting ready to serve this one up for the Cowgirls. And Hidalgo couldn't get the feel on that one, and that one sails well out of bounds right behind the Three Rivers bench. Coach Barker is going to want to call a timeout. 14-11, Cowgirls with the lead. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
At Bulls Bail Bonds, our goal is to provide a friendly and efficient bail bond process to our customers. We want to help you with our knowledge and experience to provide a fast and friendly service. We will beat or match our competitors' price. Hours of operation are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
An increase of 169 cases of COVID-19.
Hospitals continue receiving COVID-19 patients.
When the world needed you, did you rise to the occasion? Since the pandemic began, Jay Gonzalez injury attorneys have won over 700 personal injury cases and recovered millions for their clients. When others shut down, we continued fighting for victims of car accidents, work injuries, and 18-wheeler cases because we still believe in justice for all. Jay Gonzalez.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live on the other side of the timeout. 14-11. Where's my pen? There it is. And they've battled all the way back and looking to seize momentum here in this second set. Funnel through so many pens throughout a game. I try and keep one with me with a clipboard in hand and a notepad in another. And a good dig there by Martinez. Soteo showing off the range, and Hidalgo gets that one back, and it's going to be in. And a fine play there made by Three Rivers. That was just a good effort there, starting with Soteo. Stewart serving this one up. And that one's going to be in, and an easy kill there for McCollum. Some Three Rivers fans swinging by. It's definitely a busy afternoon. And Hidalgo had the right idea on that one. That ball just didn't fall her way. And a good play at the net from Brooklyn Lamprick. And again, I'm going to keep working with my crowd mic. I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to have to switch the batteries probably between sets when I have some time. There we go. My battery keeps fluctuating in and out. Crowd mic continuing to come in and out. And Three Rivers battling back like they've done before. And a good block at the net. Hidalgo with a big play. She's had the last two plays for Three Rivers. And all of a sudden, it's back to just a 1-point game. Timeout on the field, or on the court, excuse me. We're not there yet with football. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to...
Welcome back to the action. I was swapping batteries, and looks like they're not cooperating with me. Trying to get this crowd mic going. (17-15) is the score after the timeout. Cowgirls back to a 2-point lead. That one's going to sail out of bounds. 17-16 is the score. Martinez, the libero. She's a senior, getting set to serve this one up. Gets it over. And Hidalgo, another play at the net. She has definitely had a big game up on the front row, arguably her biggest game up on the front row. So far, the Cowgirls have not had an answer. We're all tied up at 17. Martinez's ball goes over on the far side and out of bounds. And it's back to a 1-point lead for the Cowgirls, and approaching the 5:30 hour. Getting revved up for a twin bill. This is game one of the two. Bloomington here on the road taking on Three Rivers. And a diving dig out there on the far side. That one sails out of bounds, and the fans trying to corral that volleyball in. 19-17 is the score. Cowgirls with the lead. Stewart setting it up. And Hidalgo, another big kill from her. Chloe Taylor, a little quieter in this second set. She was off to a strong start in that first set. 19-18 the score. Substitutions coming in. Courtney Zamazo back in the game. Hidalgo set to serve this one up, and that one never really had a chance to cross the net. 20-18. Chloe Taylor on the far side. Dug by Martinez. Gets it over the net, and a good play there, and back comes the Cowgirls. That one's over the net, and it's going to be 21-18 Cowgirls. Seems as if when these Cowgirls need to dig back and get that little extra, they're able to do so. Taylor with the serve, and that's easy pickings right there, and it's 22-18. Barker might want to call a timeout. It seems as every time she calls a timeout, her team responds. Her team now reeling, and they're trailing 22-18. That's a point there for Three Rivers. (22-19). Soteo with the serve, digging that one out, setting it back up. A good play there by Chloe Taylor, but Soteo and company finds that soft spot, and that one's on the far side. It's out of bounds. Good play there from Chloe Taylor To set that play up, Charity Harris checks out of the ball game. Tabor Garcia, part of the front row. Emery Robles, all in the front row. 23-19 is the score. Sneed along the front row with the Cowgirls, and back comes Sneed. That one get into the back row. Three Rivers gets the point, and it's back to a 3-point game. Shannon Gabbert now back to serve this one up. This is a big possession here for Three Rivers. They need to get on the board. Trying to stay away from that game point for the Cowgirls. Sotelo setting it up, trying to swing it. And Lamprecht gets the kill, and a good play there, and it's a much needed point. Slowly but surely, Three Rivers trying to battle their way back into this one. 23-21 on the other side of the break. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
To Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back to the action on Rio Sports Live, 23-21, same song, different verse. The Cowgirls with the lead and trying to hold off a late rally. Back comes Three Rivers after the timeout. They trail by 2, make that 3. Now it's the game point coming up for the Cowgirls. Now Coach Barker is going to want to call a quick timeout. You're watching Real Sports Live.
The kids are headed back to school, and this year, more than ever, they'll need internet they can rely on from VTX1 companies. Internet that makes the grade is vital to connect students at home with teachers and professors alike. Our friendly staff is standing by to give you any help you may need. For a limited time only, get free installation from a company headquartered in the Rio Grande Valley. Call VTX1 at 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live, and that does it for the second set. 25-21, a mirror image in set 2. Set 3 coming up on the other side of the break. You're watching Rio Sports Live.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live. Cowgirls lead 2-0 here on a Friday afternoon in Three Rivers High School. In case you are just tuning in, 25-21, the score in both the first and second set. As the Cowgirls are looking to complete the sweep here, and if you're a Cowgirl fan, you're going to say, hey, this thing ain't over till it's over, because the last time McCollum was up 2-0, Three Rivers fought all the way back and won both set 3 and 4 and forced a fifth set, but eventually lost 16-14. And we are underway here in the third, potentially the final set. Lamprecht getting that one over the net. Back comes Sneed, and a good play at the net. The Cowgirls strike first. Tabor Garcia on the backside there. Daniel Fernandez swung by to check on the internet, says everything's good to go, and we're preparing now for football. So said he was going to make his way towards the press box and get things ready to roll over there. Again, once this game is wrapped up, we're going to cross campus and head up to the football game as Bloomington is coming to Three Rivers to take on Coach Sines and the Bulldogs, and just miscommunication there, and it's a 3-0 Cowgirl lead, and a good start for McCollum. Lamprecht getting that one over the net. Garcia was able to get that one over. And again, Garcia trying to find the ball over the net, but that one is going to go to Three Rivers. It's a 3-1 score. Shannon Gabbard back to serve this one up. Back comes Three Rivers Lampert. That one dug out over on the back row. Here comes Chloe Taylor. Taylor again keeping that play alive and just unable to get to the ball in time right in front of the net. 3-2's the score. Three Rivers now with 2 quick points. That one's going to sail out of bounds. Shannon Gabbert with the serve, and Substitution in now. Maylee Martinez, the senior libero, comes back into the ball game. Alexis Ortiz set to serve this one up. Gets that one to go over the net. Hidalgo over to Romo. Romo setting it up for Lamprick and found a soft spot in the defense. Count it, and that's a point for Three Rivers. 4-3 the score. Coach Barker and trying to fire up her troops. And can you imagine it's been a long week? I'm curious though what homecoming week is like, considering all the safety protocols because of COVID-19, and just how different was homecoming this week. Excuse me. Just how different was homecoming this week? Did they have a homecoming parade? Did they have the traditional bonfires? What I imagine would be the burning of the bee, maybe, for Bulldog. I'm not exactly sure what it is here, but that was one question I didn't get to ask Coach Barker or Coach Solis this week. A lot of things are different, and Hidalgo with a good play at the net. 5-4 is the score. Brooklyn Lamprick back on the yellow line, getting ready to serve it up. Back to a 1-point game, and Hidalgo with a nice play at the net. They're going to say that point's going to go to the Cowgirls. Coach Barker wanted an explanation, and they're going to give it to the Cowgirls. That was a close play there at the net. Both Hidalgo and Taylor went up for that ball. Serving this one up is Kylie Measles, and back comes Hidalgo, and that one doesn't make it over the net. Back to a 3-point lead. Martinez digging that one out. And Sotelo being able to bump that one over and keeping the play alive. And Chloe Taylor tried getting that one over the net. Give the point to Three Rivers. 7-5's now the score. 2-point game. I had mentioned earlier in the broadcast as Martinez, her serve doesn't get over the net. 8-5 is the score. That ball's going to sail out of bounds. Eight 6 the score. Still in the early stages of set number 3. Serata, Serata set to serve it up and does. Sotelo trying to get it over. Sotelo to Lamprick, and that one doesn't sail over the net. Cowgirls first team to 10 points. They lead 10-6. Martinez digging that one up. Back come the Cowgirls. Sneed at the net, and a good block at the net. That play coming from Zamazo, and it's back to a 3-point game. Sotelo with the serve. One libero to the other. That one's out of the back row and out of bounds. Three Rivers slowly but surely is ball game. The biggest lead here in the third set has been 3 points. McCollum has never trailed here in the third set. That's an easy point for the Cowgirls there. It's 11-8. Moody at Corpus Christi Veterans. Martinez with the dig. Back come the Cowgirls. Sneed gets that one over. And a close play right at the net. Unable to get that one to fall with Shannon Gabbert. And that's a 12-8 lead. Corpus Christi Moody at Corpus Christi Veterans. That game going on right now. Let's take a peek at our football schedule. Right after this play, Lamprick with the ball. That one out of the back row and out of bounds, and it's a 13-8 lead. Correction there on the scoreboard. Mathis and Odom. Annapolis and Santa Gertrudis. Banquete and Fremont, that game going on just down the road here off 281. Cowgirls saving that one. Good play there. Sneed able to get that one back over, and Sneed with a nice block at the net. Be sure to follow us on our social media sites at Real Sports Live on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. 14-8's the score. And Sneed with another play. That one's going to sail out of bounds. That point's going to go to Three Rivers. Cowgirls trying to extend their lead. Romo digging that one out. Back comes Three Rivers. And a good play made by Gabbert. Three Rivers now trails by 4. Pettis and Refugio. That game also going on as well. Plenty of volleyball on the schedule this afternoon, right here on Real Sports Live. 14-10, Lamprick finding that spot in the defense. Back-to-back points for Three Rivers. It's 14-11 and back to a 3-point game. More fans continuing to come in with their homecoming festivities. 14-11, timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout up here. You're watching Real Sports Live.
When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. Shannon Gabbert serving this one up, and that one's going to be just out of bounds. 15-11 is the score. Here is our Friday night football schedule. Last night we had Moody in action. They won in a shootout. Myself and Reeve Reina had the call from Cabinets Field, where Corpus Christi London escaped 22-16 over Corpus Christi Carroll. That was a heck of a ball game last night on a Thursday night from Corpus Christi, Texas, and for me, my first Thursday football game of 2020. Definitely a busy week for Jake and I. We came up here on an audible, and Three Rivers is going to want the call. They're going to get it. The original plan was supposed to go to Riviera, but then we had that audible called on us, and we made the trip up here to Three Rivers as Falls City came to town, and the Lady Bulldogs got the win in 4 sets, followed by a trip up to Cabinets on Thursday. That ball's going to come right here to my right. 17-12. Went up to Cabinets last night on a Thursday evening. We had, again, Carroll and London taking on each other, then turned right around and came back up to Three Rivers today for the doubleheader. Game 1 right now between the Cowgirls and the Lady Bulldogs, and we're going to cap it off with some Friday night football. Bloomington at Three Rivers. Bulldogs looking to rebound after their loss last week against Freer. Soteo comes back into the ballgame. Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial at Corpus Christi Miller. That's the big game on the slate. That game's at Buck Stadium. My buddies Spud and Jake will have the call out there from Buck. Toloso Midway at Corpus Christi Ray. That game over at Cabinets. Marco Munguia with the call. Falfurias at Prima. Freer at Kennedy. Corpus Christi John Paul II at Ingleside. Odom at Santa Gertrudis. Refugio at Taft. Bloomington at Three Rivers. And then we even have, we got 3 straight days of football on Real Sports Live. West Oso at Kingsville King. That's going to be the Saturday afternoon game. So we were able to have football for the first time on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's a first for this year. Three Rivers is going to get on the board. So be sure to check out the highlights tonight on Real Sports Live, as we are going to have to quickly skip across campus, as I mentioned earlier. So for the volleyball game, the highlights will go up later tonight, along with the football highlights between Bloomington and Three Rivers. Martinez serving this one up, 19-15. This game still not out of the woods. If you are a Cowgirls fan, Three Rivers hanging around in this one. And Soteo able to get that one back over the net in a good play. And back come the Cowgirls. That one's going to be out. And it's back to a 3-point lead. And it just seems like all afternoon long that magic number has been number 3. Three Rivers unable to get any closer than that. Looking to change that narrative here, and a good play defensively from Three Rivers. Back comes Stewart, saved that one, and a good dig from the Cowgirls. Back and forth we go, and a good play. Lady Bulldogs are right back in this one. 19-17 the score. Timeout on the court. Take a timeout up here. You're watching Real Sports Live.
Record. That's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Bubba's 33 and Corpus Christi is a proud sponsor for all teams on Real Sports Live. If you can't make it to the game, then watch it on the big screen at Bubba's 33 in Corpus. Great food, great atmosphere before, during, or after the game. Stop in at Bubba's 33 in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Welcome back to Rio Sports Live, 19-17. Three Rivers trying to put together a rally and force a fourth set. Back come the Cowgirls. Soteo getting that one over. Back comes McCollum and Chloe Taylor with an all-important kill there. It gets them up to 20. 20-17 is the score. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Give you a shout out on the air. And Soteo with a nice play. Again, down but not out. Gotta like the grit you're seeing from this Three Rivers team. Samazo in the game. Hidalgo serving it up. Lady Bulldogs trail by 2. That one's going to go to the Cowgirls. Chloe Taylor makes it a 21-18 game. Back comes Three Rivers. And Sneed with a nice play at the net. A good block. Three Rivers was going to have to get that one over the net, and they do on the third try. And the Lady Bulldogs continuing to battle back. (21-19) the score. Soteo with the serve. And a play at the net. That ball's still live, and that one unable to go over the net. Sneed tried to get that one to go over, and now a big swing in momentum. It's 21-20. Back comes Three Rivers, trying to put together the comeback. That one just fell in no man's land. Brooklyn Lamprick saw that one go over her head, and she didn't have a play on it. Back to the 2-point lead for the Cowgirls. Tabor Garcia serving it up for Martinez. Hidalgo gets that one back over. Zambrano gets it over to the back row. Back comes Sneed. Dug out by Martinez. And Soteo didn't have a play on it at the net. It's 23-20. As we're approaching the 6 o'clock hour, and Martinez with a nice dig. Soteo over to Lamprick, trying to get it over. Back on the other side was Garcia. Martinez with another dig. Soteo keeping that play alive. Lamprick with the ball, back over to Garcia to the front row. Sneed trying to find the kill with a bump. Back over to the back row is Hidalgo, excuse me. Good play at the net, trying to get that one over, and they do. Good play from the Cowgirls, a lot of communication there. Lamprick bumps that one up. Back comes Sneed. Both teams fighting and clawing. That kill, trying to get the dig. And it's a play for Three Rivers. And they're going to get the point, back to a 2-point game. That was one of the more crazier sequences we've seen here this afternoon. Both teams starting to dig in. Big swing of momentum here for Three Rivers if they can get the points. Stewart, excuse me, that's Gabbard back to serve it up, and does. Setting it up for the offense. And getting the play there was the Cowgirls, and now it's game point. 24-21. The Cowgirls now on the brink of sweeping Three Rivers here at home and putting a little damper on the homecoming festivities for the Lady Bulldogs. And again, the Cowgirls led in the first 2 sets. In their first meeting, Three Rivers was able to manage a comeback, and that's going to be the ball game. 25-21 is the final. That's going to be a final score here from Three Rivers.